Hey, SKOL Nation. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? This is your die-hard Vikings fan, straight from the heart of Minnesota, fired up and ready to dive into the latest from Vikings news. Imagine this. The roar of US Bank Stadium shaking the foundations as our captain, our rock, Harrison Smith steps onto the field for his 200th game. Yeah, you heard that right. 200 games of grinding, hitting, and heart. But hold up, because while we're celebrating a legend, that gut-wrenching 19-17 loss to the Bears on Sunday? Oof, it stings like a frozen tundra wind. Stick with me through this roller coaster of Vikings history, because what Harrison's built here isn't just stats. It's a legacy that screams purple pride. Who's ready to unpack this epic milestone and rally for the comeback? Let's charge. Picture the locker room buzz between weeks 9 and 10. Tension thick as January fog. Someone leans in and hits Harrison Smith with it. Do you know what game you're on? Cool as the North Star, he drops 190-something, without missing a beat. Fast forward to week 11 against those pesky Bears, and boom, Harrison crosses into 200-something territory. At 36 years young, our safety's not just playing. He's etching his name in Vikings eternity. And fans, with the team sitting at 4-6 after that heartbreaking defeat, this milestone hits different. It's a reminder that even in the lows, we've got unbreakable warriors like Harry leading the charge. What does 200 games even mean in this brutal league? Buckle up, because we're about to find out, and trust me, it'll fire you up. But here's the hook that keeps me up at night. Harrison didn't chase numbers. He chased excellence, game after game, through highs like that 2017 DVOA dominance and heartbreaks that'd crush lesser souls. As we break this down, I'll hit you with stories from legends, stats that'll blow your mind, and a call to all you SKOL fam. What's your favorite Harrison moment? Drop it in the comments, because this isn't just news. It's our shared purple heartbeat. Let's roll into the tales that make him immortal. That quiet exchange in the locker room? It's pure Harrison, zero hype, all substance. Now, with 200 regular season games under his belt, he's the sixth Viking to hit that mark, joining gods like Jim Marshall with 270, Mick Tingelhoff at 240, Fred Cox with 210, Carl Eller at 209, and Scott Studwell with 201. Think about it. In the free agency era, no one's cracked this club until Harry. Eller himself, a Hall of Famer and Ring of Honor beast, greeted him pregame, beaming with pride. If you make it to 200, that puts you in an exclusive club, Eller said, and man, does it ever. Despite the Bears slipping one past us 19-17, Harrison's calm after the whistle? A lot of games. I've been around for a while and am pretty durable. Durable? Brother, that's an understatement. He's the glue holding our secondary together through 14 seasons of purple chaos. What gets me hyped is how this milestone lands right as we're clawing back from a 4-6 start, echoing last year's 14-win magic but with fresh fire under Kevin O'Connell. Harrison's not just durable. He's a student of the game, wearing number 22 like Paul Krause before him, the interception king with 81 picks. Harry's got 37 of his own, tied for fourth in franchise history, plus a record 4 returned for touchdowns. And get this, he owns the most tackles by a defensive back in Vikings lore, chasing Chad Greenway's shadow but owning his lane. Teammates like Andrew DePaula, who hit his 80th with us last week, called it unfathomable. DePaula's locker neighbor didn't breathe a word about it. Classic Harry, but when pressed, he owned it. Those are legends, so to be in any category with those guys is pretty surreal. Good company. SKOL fans, isn't that the humility we live for? Who's your all-time Vikings durability pick, Harry or Krause? Hit the comments, I need to hear it. This isn't some dusty record. It's alive, pulsing through every snap. Remember, the Vikings traded back into the 2012 draft for him, a top-secret move after Senior Bowl magic. Now, post-loss reflection stings, but it fuels us. Harrison's 103rd home game, from Metrodome echoes to US Bank glory, under 3 coaches, Frazier, Zimmer, O'Connell. Each era he's adapted, anticipated, dominated. As we digest that Bears heartbreaker, let's lean into the pride. 200 games means 200 battles won in the trenches of his soul. What's next for our captain? More chapters, more SKOL chants, because if anyone can turn this 4-6 tide, it's him. Stay locked in. The story's just heating up. Let's rewind to draft night 2012, smoke and mirrors Viking style. The staff loved Harrison from the Senior Bowl, so they wheeled and dealed back into the late first round for Notre Dame's gem. Jared Allen, our Ring of Honor DE and 2025 Hall of Famer, got the call from George Payton. We're grabbing this kid to help you rush the passer. Allen, who overlapped with Harry in 12-13, hadn't heard of him yet, but lobbied hard for more D-line help. Payton shut it down with, he's gonna be insanely good. Fast forward 13 years. Allen's verdict? Couldn't have been a better pick, better teammate. So fun watching your career. And in that 200th game, even with the 19-17 gut punch to Chicago, Harry's 4 tackles and a pass defended screamed vintage. Smart, physical, eternal. Allen started all 96 of his Vikings games, 181 NFL total. But Harrison? He's the constant, the one who adds chapters to our legacy of highs, like that 17 defense #1 in yards and points allowed, and heartaches that forged steel. Post-Bears, the locker room echoed with, "We wanted this for you, Harry." But he waved it off, eyes on the film. That's our guy. Relentless, adding picks, 37 and counting. Tackles, franchise DB record, and TDs off, exceptions. 4, baby. As we sit 4-6, licking wounds from a division rival, this milestone isn't a pause. It's a pivot. Imagine the ovation he got pre-kickoff, family in the house, Gillerhorn blaring. Chills, right? Fans, if you were there, sound off below. What hit you hardest about that moment? Tying it all together, Harrison's run isn't luck. It's legacy in motion. From that sneaky draft to owning number 22 like Krause's heir, he's the bridge from purple past to our gritty present. Even in Defeat Sunday, his poise post-whistle, "I've been around a while," understatement of the year, with O'Connell calling him top of the all-time favorites list, and legends like Allen nodding approval. 200 feels like chapter 200 of 300. SKOL Nation, as we eye Washington next, let's channel this. Harry's not done writing. What's the play that defines him for you? Share it, let's build the hype together. Deep in the TCO Performance Center, Harrison's locker tells a story without words. Hanging proud, vintage Paul Krause and Scott Studwell jerseys he scooped up himself. Krause, Hall of Fame safety with 81 picks, 53 as a Viking, wore number 22 like a crown, 172 games here, 226 total. Bobby Bryant's 51 and Ed Sherrickman's 40 trail, but Harry's 37 ties Joey Browner for 4th, with those 4 pick-sixes owning the franchise mark. Studwell, our tackles king and Ring of Honor LB, was in personnel when we nabbed Harry in 12. He's everything advertised, Studwell said from the U.S. Bank press box. Great player, going in the Ring of Honor for sure. One of the greatest we've had. And after that Bears loss? Harry's quiet grind in film room says it all. No pity, just preparation. Studwell watched Chad Greenway chase tackles daily, and Harry soaked it up, a daily reminder. Now, with 200 games, he's surpassed Ranieri's 199 from last week, all while leading by example. No rah-rah speeches, just chessmaster reads on the field. Teammates feel it. Eric Wilson, undrafted baller up to 134 games, 73 with us, calls him a baller, first and foremost. Takes care of his body, loves the game. Even in the 19-17 defeat, Harry's anticipation shone. Batting passes like it was week 1. At 4-6, this stings, but legends don't fold. They fuel. Imagine Krause nodding from the hall. That's my number 22. Fans, does Harry eclipse Krause for you? Debate it in the comments. Your take could spark the next big convo. This appreciation, it's authentic, rooted in purple soil. Harry honors the ghosts, Krause's interceptions, Studwell's hits, while forging his path. Post-Chicago, as the sting fades, his jersey collection reminds. We're all links in the chain. 200 games under 3 HCs, through schemes shifting like Minnesota winds, He's the constant. O'Connell's Friday coffee chats? Born in Knoxville like Harry, just 4 years apart, they've built trust since 22. If they were all like Harrison, we'd be fortunate, KO said. SKOL. Isn't that the truth? As we heal from 4 to 6 blues, let's celebrate the man who wears history on his sleeve. What's one Vikings jersey you gotta own? Tell me below, let's geek out. How does a first-round pick become a decade-plus cornerstone? Harrison's secret: prioritize purple over milestones. He inked extensions to stay, not for 200 or tying Yeri's 199, but because he's Viking through and through. Smart, instinctive, attentive, physical, Studwell recalls. Not the biggest or fastest out of Notre Dame, but knew how to play. Better pick we made. At 200, post bears 19-17, Harry's humility shines. Potential Hall of Famer, yet humble, a worker, student of the game. Ball skills? Elite. Vision? Laser. Physicality? Unyielding. Lead by example guy, not vocal, but his prep echoes in every huddle. Flash to his 17 duo with Andrew Sandejo, top-ranked D in yards and points allowed. Sharing the same brain, Sandejo said on KFAN. Telepathic on the field, you know he'll make the play. That trust? It's why he's hit 103 home games, from dome to outdoor chills to U.S. bank roars. Even at 4 to 6, with last year's 14 wins a memory, Harry's the steady hand. Chad Greenway, all 156 with us. Nailed it. Plays chess while you're on checkers. Prepared. Gives himself that half step. Sandejo adds, no one lasts without loving football. And Harry loves it fiercely, quietly. Fans, what's the key to his longevity, smarts or heart? Weigh in, your insight fires me up. Perspective hits hard at 200. It's gratitude stacked on resilience. Andrew DePaula credits Harry's approach and preparation. Understands offense is cold. DePaula, cut multiple times before his first game, felt bigger than 100. Lives one day at a time. Now at 146 NFL, 80 with us. He marvels. Just playing one is a blessing. Adam Thielen, 144th as Viking, 171 total. Points to consistency. Available, healthy, sustained success. Hard in this league. Post-Chicago loss, that 4 to 6 reality bites. But Harry's model? Take care of your body, enjoy the game. Undrafted Eric Wilson, at 134 career, 73 here. Hit 100 in Green Bay last year. Didn't even clock it. Honor. Flew by. Pride in the moments. SKOL, who's your under-the-radar grinder? Share below. To hit 200, everything aligns. Body care, smarts, luck, love. DePaula nailed it. Harry's intuition dodges bullets. Thielen's right. Consistency's rare. One slip, and you're out. But Harry, available week in, week out, even nursing back from week 1 to 2 health tweaks this year. At 4 to 6, that Bears defeat underscores it. League's unforgiving, but milestones like this, they steal the soul. Wilson echoes, Harry's a baller. Loves it, man. Imagine the post-game huddle, loss fresh, Harry already plotting week 12. That's leadership. Fans, ever wonder your game count in fandom? How many Sundays have you bled purple? Drop a number, let's connect on that grind. Gratitude's the thread, 100 feels massive, 200 mythical. DePaula's first game? Sweeter than cut scars. Thielen appreciates the sustain. Not a lot do it. Wilson, humble to 134. Enjoy the moment. And Harry embodies it. Post 19-17. Eyes forward, no dwell. As we sit 4 to 6, chasing playoffs like 24's 14 to 3 dream, his 200 reminds. Every snap's a gift. SKOL Nation, what's one lesson from Harry you'd pass to a rook? Comment it, your wisdom builds our fam. New blood meets the vet. Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen. Off-season ads. Barely paused at their 100s. Hargrave hit it with Philly in 22, now 139th last week. Teamed with Brandon Graham, 206 by 24 end, Super Bowl retiree, back for 25 debut Monday. Happy it's rare. Hargrave drawled. But 200? Nah, haven't thought it. Post bears, he grilled Harry. Tips on lasting? Crazy number. Blessed. Lucky. Body care. Jonathan Allen, 118th last week. 100 in Washington 23. Shrugs. Focus on next. No time for milestones if you want success. Day by day. At 30. Eyes 200? If God blesses, incredible. Both nod to Harry's impress. Everything must click. Byron Murphy Jr., 27 in year 7. Nears 100 versus Washington. Crazy, he says. Entered at 20, moves fast. Blessed, want more. Ivan Pace Jr. clocked his plays. Murphy's hyped but grounded. On Harry, don't even know his number. If I'm at 100, he's ancient. Post, for -6 loss. These vets huddle tight. Hargrave seeks longevity hacks. Allen preaches presence. Murphy eyes the horizon. It's that blend rookie hunger, vet wisdom, fueling our D under Flores and Jones. Even in defeat, Harry's tips echo. Anticipate, prepare, endure. Fans, who's the unsung hero in our secondary right now? Tag him below. Let's shout out the crew. This infusion, it's Vikings evolution, Hargrave's power, Allen's smarts, Murphy's speed orbiting Harry's gravity. At 4 to 6, stinging from Chicago, their day-by-day mantra, pure fuel. Hargrave's very impressive, for 200 hits home. Rare air, hard one. Allen's focus, Harry's blueprint. Murphy's near 100, promise of tomorrow. Imagine week 12. These beasts unleashed, Harry calling shots. SKOL, ever traded tips with a vet fan? What's your longevity hack for fandom? Spill it, your stories keep the fire lit. Flashback Radio Gold. Chad Greenway and Andrew Sendejo on KFan's Friday football feast, dissecting their old safety mate. Greenway, 156 games, all purple. Always thinking, smart dude. Plays fast, physical, smart. Lasts long. Details Harry's edge. Aged? Gives half-step via prep. I know your move. Sendejo, 99 of 136 with us. No longevity without loving football. Their 17 tandem? Top D, telepathic trust. Same brain on field, Sendejo said. Far apart, no comms needed, meetings bond you. Look, no, he'll show up. Post bears 19 to 17, that security? Still Harry's gift, even at 4 to 6. Greenway nailed the chess. Anticipation over athleticism now. Sendejo's love it or leave vibe? Spot on, Harry's passion's quiet fire. All 200 games, he's delivered. Picks, tackles, leadership sans spotlight. As we mourn the loss, their words heal. He's built for this, through coaches, schemes, eras. O'Connell echoes in coffee chats. Born Knoxville kin, 55 games together. Special person, player, leader, top of my favorites. At 4 to 6, with 24's 14 wins haunting, Harry's the constant KO craves. Hope to coach longer. Fans, best Greenway or Sendejo memory? Relive it in comments, nostalgia's our superpower. These voices? They're the chorus of purple immortality. Greenway's insight, Sendejo's bond, O'Connell's bond. All affirm. Harry's not just 200, he's timeless. Post-Chicago Blues? Fuel for the fire he ignites. 103 home games, 3 HCs, endless heart. SKOL Nation, if you could chat with Harry over coffee, what's your question? Ask away below, maybe it'll spark his next big play. Kevin O'Connell's Friday ritual? Coffee with Harry, Knoxville roots, 4 years apart. Spilling on-field/off-field since 24. Now at 55 games coached together. KO's blunt. No secret, Harrison's top of all-time favorites I've coached. Reflected pre-bears. Said it to others, but he's special. Post, 19-17 loss. That bond shines. Unique player, leader. If all like him, fans and coaches blessed. 4 years in, hopes for more. Studwell adds, football character, love of game, instincts, not everybody has. Model citizen, teammate, player, through 4 to 6 fog, he's the beacon. O'Connell's take hits deep. Harry's value in D install with Flores, Jones. Attacked his role, captain, leader. Even sidelined weeks 1 to 2 for health. Back by week 3, snaps climbing to full by week 7. At 200 post-defeat, his 4 tackles, PBU, vintage. 3 coaches, Frazier's secrecy, Zimmer's grit, KO's vision, Harry adapts, thrives. Great anticipation, Studwell said. Humble hall path, lead by example. As we rebound from 4 to 6, KO's wish, echoes ours, more chapters. Fans, what's KO's best call with Harry on field? Recall it, your play-by-play pumps the squad. This duo, it's mentorship magic, coffee-fueled, legacy-laced. O'Connell sees the man. Meant so much to organization. Studwell from press box. Greatest we've had. At 4 to 6, post bears ache. It's reminder, Harry's the why we fight. 200 games, endless impact. SKOL, if you're a coach in life, who's your Harry? Name him below, gratitude grows us. Few, SKOL Nation. What a ride through Harrison Smith's 200-game saga. From locker whispers to legend greets. Bears sting to unbreakable spirit. This man's purple forever. At 4 to 6, yeah, it hurts, but Harry's hitting 200 screams resilience. We're built for comebacks just like our captain. I've poured my heart into every snap story here from Vikings News. Because you deserve the fire, the facts, the feels. Now, your turn. What's the one Harry highlight that gives you chills? Smash those comments. Let's flood him with SKOL love. If this fired you up like it did me, you know the drill. Hit that like button if you're riding for 201 with Harry. Subscribe for non-stop Vikings news updates. Don't miss a beat on our playoff push. Share this with your fellow purple diehards. Spread the hype, because together we're unstoppable. SKOL Vikings. Let's get this W next week. Purple reign forever. Catch you in the next one. Go Vikes!